What's up? Welcome to Yo, That's Weird with me, as always, Sonia Z. And this time, this time, my wonderful, funny, amazing, hilarious, stupendous guest, Barry S. Naylor. Don't forget the S.
Don't forget. Thank you. I hate when people just act like the S is not there.
Actually, as a comedian, I constantly tell young comics that I see starting when they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna shorten my last name like I do." But if their last name
Hmm.
is like something that they could use, they just don't want to for whatever reason. And I kind of get that, but they just are like, I'm gonna be John M. I'm like, do you know how many John M's there's gonna be trying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
you need something that's your brand. That's your brand as a comedian or entertainer or influencer or anybody these days online is your name, right? So the S.
yeah,
It's an interesting choice on your part to use the middle initial in the first place.
correct. I put it there for people to say it. That's
Um,
like Samuel L. Jackson. If you just call him Samuel Jackson, you're like, bro, that's disrespectful. Respect the man's L.
I mean, he's so iconic, we get it at this point. It's like almost like it's like too usted.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I have to brand myself doing the cuss word really well so that way people will acknowledge my middle initial.
I mean, it's like the three name thing. The three name, when
Yeah,
someone's serious
I
at
love
you.
it.
I'm trying to think if there's any other comics I know right now working that I work with that have a middle initial that they use.
Exactly.
Interesting choice. Interesting because your name is not very like your name is not common, you know.
No,
I've never met another
very
person with your last name or first name. Um,
No, I do know of another comedian, actually couple named Barry. There's one in
yeah,
LA named Barry Brewer.
okay.
So I was like, now I'm in the battle of the Barrys now. So I gotta
You got to keep up. You got to keep your head above water.
yeah. You know what I mean? He's gonna get there before I do. So I gotta like, all right,
One
gotta
of
do something
them.
different.
It's like having a joke
Exactly.
similar. It's like having a joke similar to someone. One time, I was hanging out with Mark Norman at the old open mic we used to run at Raven Lounge, and it was before I even
Mm,
ran it, I think. And he had a setup similar to a setup I have about like dogs
mm,
and having them, and even if you like beat them, they still love you. But the punchlines are both different. But I saw him doing it like open mic with his paper notes out that time. This was years ago. And I was like, shit.
mm.
So I asked him, I was like, dude, I have this set up. What's the rule on that? And he goes, whoever gets it on TV first. Because one time
Correct.
he had a situation with Chris Rock and it was the same kind of thing. And like, he's like, Chris Rock, he's got the special now. You can't do it.
Ain't ain't that a bitch? Like you can write it like 20 years ago, and they came up with it like 2 months ago, right before the taping. And now you go, continue to do your joke, and like, oh man, you stole that. Like,
Yeah.
get back.
That's exactly what I was thinking with Norman. I was like, damn it, he's doing this at the open mic. He's already famous. Throw it away. You don't need that one.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody's gonna believe you that you wrote it.
Nobody.
No.
If someone else hears it, I still do it. I don't do it that often, but it's in there. It's in the repertoire somewhere. If we're talking about pets.
Look,
Anyway,
I have
you
a Michael Jackson joke that I wrote it as a Facebook status in 2018,
okay?
2017. That screenshot it because I knew it was gonna be a banger. Then I wrote it out and I performed it. A comedian in LA did a video. Well, he did Chocolate Sundays show out at the Laugh Factory. Went viral, millions of views. All my friends that heard me tell my jokes sent it to me. And I was like, can do, well, I'm still doing it. I'm just not gonna
I
do that
mean,
shit in LA.
here's my thing with it is I think if it's your original joke and you have, it's not just like the one thing and you have it documented somewhere that it was yours. Best man win or woman or comic, whatever, win there. Like
And I
keep
also
doing
saw a
it.
TikTok about it.
Yeah. Someone
Somebody
did
did a
someone did your
TikTok
joke
about
on a
what they
TikTok.
would do.
Oh shit. Because that guy's
No,
viral joke.
they just acted it out. So
Hmm.
I'm like, well,
I've
everybody's
seen
gonna believe TikTok
those.
first.
Yeah. I've seen those. I don't know what I would do if it was mine. I would probably comment like, "Hey, this is my joke," if I had it recorded somewhere.
Mhm.
But who knows? They might, do you know Rob Stant, Philly comic?
I've heard the name. I don't think him actually met yet
Okay.
though.
He had this very similar thing happen recently. Some like TikTok guy did his joke in a act out video. Um, yeah. So I don't know. It's a
Where
new thing. Because here's the thing
where
that
is the band?
here's the thing. Younger people that use TikTok a lot don't realize this. And I'm in between worlds because I'm older, but I use TikTok a lot. There's
Mhm.
this culture of trends on TikTok if you're on there a lot. And the idea is take this idea and this soundbite and make it your own, but exactly the same. Like, for example, say something you would for leave at home and then be concerned about it. I don't know, it's like the dumbest premise, and then the song behind it goes. And the idea is to recycle the same ideas, but with your little tiny difference to it. So, like, I think TikTokers don't understand you don't do that with stand up. They just hear something funny and think, "Oh, this will get laughs on my page if I do it with my face and my voice or my me talking over this or whatever." And it's I support the ban, but
They don't teach plagiarism in school, I see.
no,
They
not in
just
TikTok school.
ah
It's like Twitter does it too. It's like encouraged to go viral to steal formats of things, of jokes. What they think are jokes is just text on screen, not a thought out, spoken out set of
right.
words like we do. And then you'll notice like the TikTokers. Have you ever opened for any like TikTokers or anything?
Hell no. I
Okay.
would
I know
no.
people that have.
I
I
ain't about
haven't because I'm not Gen Pop with my comedy. I'm like comedy
it.
fan, I
Yeah,
feel like. So
I'm
the
good.
but I have had some friends open for them and then they will crush, like our comedian friends will crush, destroy. And then the TikToker comes out and
Yeah.
does okay, whatever, or may crush or whatever. But then afterwards the people will be like, "Oh my God, you're so funny. Like you tell jokes." And because they don't even know what comedy is. They just see a guy with text on a screen or doing whatever, that's what most people do is just text on screen.
Like this shit ain't easy
Mm.
at all.
It takes time and it takes its own set of skills that people don't realize
Yeah.
because especially with the culture of I think having like 1 minute clips or 15-second clips where like the old 15-second every 15 seconds there should be a joke rule in comedy used to exist like during your set it
Mm.
should be every 15 seconds should be a punch line or like a laugh point or something, so that used to be like the old rule. So
Man,
with that in mind, people doing 15-second clips I think is making people think that's all you need is like 15 seconds or a minute and you're like, this is it, I'm doing comedy now.
yeah, yeah,
um
no, that's that bullshit. Because you got to hold people for like an hour.
Even 10
Yeah,
minutes when someone's not doing well
yeah.
is like
Oh,
when you're
that's a
sitting at
long 10 minutes.
it's a long 10 minutes, especially if someone's being like extremely over the top, scary, or just weird or offensive, like without being funny about it.
Yeah, like people don't understand. Time is not universal. 2 minutes, 2 minutes is a different 2 minutes depending on your situation. 2 minutes of sex, bad. 2 minutes on a treadmill. Well, 2 minutes on with sex, really quick. 2 minutes on a treadmill is a
At
long time.
yeah, at 8.0
two
or
minutes bombing
whatever.
on stage. When you tell that first joke and that bitch does not hit, and you either get crickets or booed, you still got a minute 30 seconds left to be up there. No, let's go.
And that's a short ass set. Like 3 minutes is like an open mic at Punchline or whatever, Helium, for example. And it's like,
And you can still bomb with that shit
oh, I see people all the time, the whole time from
all
start to
the time.
finish.
Like, I hate that's part of the process where you have to like, I gotta go and try this shit out amongst people who really don't give a fuck
Or
just to
just
see.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
just
Or
delusional.
other comedians.
Yeah. Oh,
Even
you mean the
worse.
audience or
Yeah. In front of just a room just full of comedians who really don't like laughing at other comedian shit
because
because
no one
we have
wants
a
the
different ear.
support.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I force
Or they trying
myself
to
to
predict where
laugh.
you're going. Yeah.
You're trying to predict where they're
Especially,
going. Is that what you said?
yeah, yeah. Live there sitting there trying to figure out your punchline before you get to it. Like, just let me tell my joke, guys.
Yeah, open mics. It's yeah, when you're sitting there watching 17 people who have no business even just doing comedy, you're just like, please let me do my 3 minutes.
Like, I just want to go home, guys. I want to hear some laughs, and we've gone through a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Or the nights where something happened in the world and everybody wants to do a joke about, and you're like, dang, I don't even want to tell.
Everybody is suddenly like a correspondent for the Daily Show or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no,
Uh,
you don't need your take, bro.
yeah,
Stick to the
it's
dick
like,
jokes.
yeah, yeah, this, please.
At
That's
this
the only time
point,
I like, please. I rather you go back to the dick jokes.
yeah, like it's I stay away from topical. I'll use a topic to just start something I'm gonna talk about anyway. If I feel like
Hmm.
it's fits, like politics lately, I just go, well, I don't really have a political opinion about anything. And then I tell some jokes that has to do with that, but like
Right.
I don't know when like the debates are on and people get up and try to just open with the dumb. So everybody's watching the debates. It's like, oh my God.
Uh,
People are so
uh,
just replicants, you know?
yeah, it's like there's no transition to it. Like if we're gonna talk about it, cool, but let's make it fun to talk about it. Like
Yeah.
ease it in there. Don't just because I do a joke about um I set it up as if I'm gonna talk about politics. I was like, I'm glad, 2024 is here. I've been looking forward to it, that time's come where we have to stand behind those, the big event that takes place, we have to stand behind those who are going to represent us to the world, the Olympics. So boom. So now I'm just like everybody's getting tight, thinking I'm about to go the politic route. Then boom, you just flip it on them. I don't like really talk like because I'm not well versed in all politics. So I'm like the cliff notes of the
Hmm.
politics.
I'm the
So
same
that's the
way.
kind of jokes I'm gonna do.
I'm what I
Yeah.
see on Twitter and like a few articles I will pop over to. But I think politicians are the most fake people, worse than actors,
Oh yeah.
comedians, anybody in Hollywood, Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein, whoever. They're way worse because they want to be
So
like famous to try to make our laws.
yeah, like
Like
and
if
they don't get the backlash that celebrities do.
no, they're looked at like until they really, really do something really, 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 really heinous, like really bad,
Right.
like what's the Netflix show that Kevin Spacey was in, House of Cards, like that kind of stuff, like murdering bitches and covering it up. Like
Love that
then they
show.
might finally. I didn't watch once they made the wife the president. Sorry, spoiler alert. But
I tried. I
after
tried.
Kevin
It wasn't
Spacey,
as
they took him down for loving young boys. Who among us doesn't love young
yeah.
boys? I mean,
Clearly a lot of them do at this point. It looks like that's their thing. That's their go-to.
I mean,
But
I unfortunately like younger men, and younger men are attracted to me. But that's also like
I get it.
you get it, right? It's not. I don't. It's not
I
my
get it.
choosing all the time. It's like just what ends up in my realm. And but 18, I can definitely differentiate. But sometimes I look at these
Wait,
stories and I go, "What? Did I
to
glitch?"
clarify, when I said I get it, I meant I get that the young boys are attracted to you.
Yeah,
That
no,
I
I
didn't
know. That's
mean.
where we
Okay, I
moved
want
to
to
at this
clarify.
point. Yeah, no, we know
Okay,
it.
all right.
Look, it's all the time. It's like I have like 14-year-olds try to hit on me on Xbox. I'm like, is this the FBI right now? Like, I'm like, I'm not saying shit. I don't even. You're a
Yeah.
child, but they're aggressive.
He's trying to mine your craft.
I've had a couple where they're just like, I don't know. They know I'm like a woman. They don't know how old I am. They might think, oh, she sounds 20 or something. But like, it's crazy to me because this dating apps is 19-year-olds. Is I'm like,
Oh
I can't.
wow. You gotta use the filters.
No, I put that on purpose to
You
see what my options are. I go 19 to 65,
uh,
baby. And guess what I get? 19s and 65s. I don't get a lot of in between. Nobody wants a 40-year-old lady with no kids somehow. They want you to have
who
kids.
who
They all want
they
you to have
don't want that?
look. Barry, I've been single for 6 years out here.
That's a jackpot right there. It's like you don't have any competition.
You would
You want
think.
some,
I don't know.
what logic is, oh my gosh.
I just get the weirdos. It's because I'm weird. I just get weirdos on dating apps. They're just the psychos on there. I don't get any normals.
Yeah. Uh,
Anyway, I have a question for you. I'm going to edit this out probably. I'm good because I had to
okay.
cough anyway. Does your camera have a tracking pixel on it? Because
Do you see it?
it's on your eye. It's been like on your eye like this, and then it pops to
Oh,
your whole face. So I
I
didn't
thought
want to
I
stop
thought only I could see
before.
that shit.
No, I can see it.
Damn you, camera. We were doing just fine. Oh, don't look at that.
I can pause the
Hold on.
recording.
Can I smoke on here?
Can you smoke on here? Yeah, I put it on YouTube. They don't kick that stuff. TikTok does, but I won't clip it. I won't
Oh,
clip.
okay.
Guys, we're not smoking. We're vaping.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that on TikTok. I can't put that on TikTok as a clip. You cannot say vape or vaping or show it because when you do live or a video, if you show a tobacco product, they will filter and ban you.
Oh, that's CBD though.
It doesn't matter. I said it was like lavender one time because my friend used to have some like herbal pen like
Oh,
that. Well, because I pulled it up, I was on live and I forgot. And then a second later, I got like a violation on my account because the AI is watching you, or there's a fucking warehouse full of Chinese people somewhere watching you, and for violations
yeah.
like that. But it happens
I
so
want that
fast.
job.
I know. No, that would be so boring. Just go on TikTok live. You'll make 29 cents an hour. That's about, you know what I mean? Uh, what they probably make.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, I mean,
I've made more than
feel the
that. It
report.
depends on the day. But I don't know. TikTok is definitely that's what we were mostly talking about, was how weird TikTok is with stealing jokes, and there's just a weird culture over there of influencers that we know nothing about because we're adults. I
Yeah,
follow
I
one of
can't.
them. I follow one that I like. And other than that, it's a very weird world. You think comedy drama is like crazy? How I was just reading that thing off camera about like a club in Ohio
Mm.
getting like shut down, or somebody freaking out and saying I'm leaving, whatever. This TikTok drama is crazy. It's like these people all battle for money on there. Have you ever seen it?
I have not. I'm
Okay.
intrigued now.
Okay.
I like a
I,
little.
I'm in the world of it. So I do it sometimes. There's TikTok live is just, you just go on your thing, you go live if you have enough followers.
Mm,
They let you go live, and then whoever's following you, you
mm,
can go like we are side by side in a battle with another creator over there or person, whatever. And then the little screen comes up at the bottom, and like it says like, you
mm,
know, it shows like your points up here, your stats, whatever. And then so everybody watching can tap the screen like this to give you like likes, and it gives you little points in your bucket of points versus the other person. So you're there just tap, 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 tap. And they can send gifts, like little pictures of roses. Did you ever see that ice cream so good? Did you ever see her or any of the NPC people that like do
ooh,
this? Do you know that culture?
yeah, but only for like a few seconds because I was like, I'm not about to watch this
Okay, so
and
Pinky
extend.
Doll was this one lady that she
I
she
remember
started.
her.
Okay,
Yeah,
so she's the ice cream so
she
good.
eat food now.
She's
Yeah,
nothing now. I was in a live battle with her one day with the guy that I follow. You know what I mean? There's not like she's just a
yeah.
person. So she just does it. But what they do is they get people on their team to battle the people on your team, and your chat are battling the people on their team in their chat for points to see who can get their player to win. Like you're the player and I'm the player in the game. We're the talking heads, just like we are now. And then the people behind the screen on their phones are sending gifts, that some of these gifts cost hundreds of dollars. And then I see people get them multiple times in a night from people that are watching, because it gets very intense, like gambling on the outcome of the match, so to speak, and trying to get your person that you're supporting to win. And it also pays them, and you get about 40% of whatever the prize is, because I've done it. So if somebody sends me a prize for, they pay $12 for it, I would get like $5, $6 at the end of the day. So it's like, and then if you win, you just keep battling. And then like there's this whole group of TikTok live pros. that are like the person I follow and other people that just do this every day for 6 hours. They get on live and have people come in their live chats and then they go battle against other live streamers that also make content and stuff. They're also content creators usually that have like a bigger following that get all these
Oh
people in their
shit.
lives. Cause I don't get a ton of people and I don't get a lot of activity because I don't do it all the time and I'm not regular with it. But these people who dedicate their life to it, it's a weird
It
cam.
sounds intense.
It's like cam girling light. You know what I mean? Like you
This
don't have to pull your pussy
this
out, but you got to sit there and pretend you're into all these people because a lot of them are just like very attractive people. Like, yeah, so it's just people. And you could get on there tomorrow and start doing it every day and get followers, get sugar mamas that want to come in, but you have to be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that fake like persona
no,
that Pinky Doll
I
or some of
can't
these
do that.
other NPCs have. And it's weird. It is weird. It's definitely a weird thing because I've done it quite a few times from this whole summer. Like after I saw this guy making money, I'm like, I can make money.
I
I,
probably I probably need to do that because I do that now, but I'm just a teacher and I have to put on like that fake persona too. When they draw you like a crazy picture, you're like, oh, okay,
you're like, oh, this is
yeah, that
great. So that's what it
that
is.
is your mom.
That's what you have to
Yeah.
do is be willing to like be just like friendly. I'm not friendly to people in real life, but when they're on the other side of the screen and you can just make fun of them in the chat, especially because you're a comedian, I like it because I can just be like, shut up, stupid. Like, and they're like, haha.
And then send money. That is crazy.
It
And
depends
double
on what
tap
people
it.
want.
That's
Some people want to be talked to me nicey, you know, and some people want to be talked to me mean. Whatever they want. Whatever they want. Sometimes I just sit there and do Twitch on at the same time while I'm on the TikTok. People just like watching you play video
I,
games.
I have not gotten into Twitch. I was trying to do when I was doing my podcast, I wanted to put it on Twitch,
Hmm.
but I never got around to trying to learn it and figure it out to
It's relatively easy. It's just a website like YouTube. You
mm,
just go in and upload and create a profile. I did it in 2020 because I just did
mm,
everything I could in 2020. I'm like, well, everyone's on this TikTok. I'm on. Let me get on this TikTok, and I like used it for
same.
a little bit. We all did, I think, because we're like, oh, this is the new way to do comedy. You're not gonna be able to do it in buildings again. They had us so scared.
Right.
Everyone was like, I wasn't because I was out running things in in 2020. I was running shows and doing shows. So I didn't really feel
Yeah.
like that, but the whole industry felt weird for a couple of years and still does sometimes, but
That
it's,
shit
you know,
was weird.
we have to think about how weird it was, actually. We should do. It's like one of the things
I
like
remember.
I had a kidney transplant. I was in the hospital at one point for a week.
He said,
That was fucking weird.
oh shit.
It was just me and the nurses because you can't have any visitors. And my brother, thankfully, is my kidney transplant donor. He was down the hall, fucking puking his guts up or whatever. The guy next to him was all puking in his room.
We had so like my family's like in the funeral home business.
Okay.
Excuse me. So whenever there are funerals, you can only limit like to 10 people at a funeral. And I have like a big family, so I couldn't even imagine. Like that's our thing. We go to everybody's, wedding, everybody's funeral. So the fact that you can't come to like a loved one's funeral is crazy.
Yeah, I know. There was some like at first they were like, yeah, you could just do like this. You can have a Zoom. We'll like put the casket in the background, but you can't come
And
here.
yeah, I'm like,
Like, you know what I mean? It's
that
like
shit was terrible.
people went a little too insane, but the government loves fear mongering. Never forget. We'll get kicked off YouTube
Eh,
for that statement, but
look,
they love to make everyone scared. It pushes your
they
nervous system into overdrive. It makes your rational thinking go out the window.
they did a
Because
good job.
yeah, because there's people still today that are like, you don't get the vaccine. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's
I
somebody's choice. They didn't want to do it.
I don't
Okay.
work in like, and I go in the public. I don't work with like little kids, or I would probably get it. You know, that I understand if you're around little
Mm.
kids because they're just little germ factories, or if you work with old people or in the
Oh my
hospitals,
God.
sure, get it. But I just don't get it because everyone I know gets it and then gets COVID worse. Like they
Wait,
get everyone. So anyway, we have about 8 minutes left in this segment. You did bring up funerals. I don't want to talk about anything too dark, but you had lost someone
okay.
recently. And I'm
Yes.
sorry to you. We were supposed to record that day, and that
Oh,
was
thank
like
you. I appreciate it.
so. What's your personal belief, if you don't mind me asking, on like crossing over? Where do you think we go?
I don't know.
you
I
know?
don't know. I'm not really sure because you get mixed reviews, but I'm like, there's always people who've never done it that tell you where you're gonna go. Like, how do you know?
How do you know?
That's like me trying to give you directions to Oxford.
You've never
I've
been
never
there.
been there.
You don't even
Never
know.
been there. I've heard people say how to get there.
Yeah, you're like, it's a
They've
town
been there.
somewhere.
Yeah, but I personally have never done it. So I can only give you secondhand information. So
I mean,
I know eventually you're gonna end up somewhere. And there. And after that, matter of fact, I like that bit. I could do something with that.
okay, we're working on jokes over here. This is it's a
Thank you.
workshop.
Thanks.
I never
This is
workshop
what
with
happened.
anyone. I'm actually a proficient writer. Um so
Yeah.
all right, so with that, so you don't know. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit. I have a couple different
Okay.
things, like around points. You're are you religious?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Uh
believe in a higher power. Yes.
a higher being, a place. So then with
Yes.
that, is there a place or is that do you think that's like a, a feeling more?
And that's the dilemma. Like, you get taught one thing, but then if you like listen to like the logic in between, like if you tell us one thing and then you give us something different, then which one is it? Because somebody was telling me about the Wizard of Oz, the the basis behind the Wizard of Oz. The whole point is they were searching for somebody to give them these gifts when the whole point is you always had it within you. You just had to bring it out of yourself. So anything, and we kind of listen to stuff like that, is this all imagery
Imagery.
or the people that wrote this were in the past? So as far as advancement, is this, you know, you show them an iPhone, they would think it's sorcery,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
you got to figure out what the foundation is. So I feel like there's a lot of layers that cover that, I would like to dive more into, or that's where my mind takes me. Probably, I'm not sure if it's what it is because I smoke a lot, but either way, you know, um, what was the original point? It was
Well, I
the
think you gave me a good answer, and I'll give you
okay,
something back so you can. I'm glad
okay,
that's where your head's at. I never know. Most
okay.
comedians are more open than others when talking about any subject. I like to
Mm,
say because I have a good chunk of time on. Here's my thing. I always say when I get on stage and I go, yo, me and Jesus are cool. We're friends. Okay. Me and God are cool. We talk every night, but
mm,
the structure of man-made religion, there's the thing.
exactly.
It's man-made. It's books that humans wrote, chiseled into
Mm,
stone. I'm not going to do my whole like time on it right now, but so that's where
right.
I go with it. It's like, yeah, I was taught heaven, but then throughout my life, I've read texts and met people. For example, I used to work with a guy, a cook at a place I was running a show at, and he said he had actually drowned in a pool and like died and came back as a result of that. Like he was dead for 7 minutes or whatever the hell, and they brought him back near death.
What did he
Near
see within those 7 minutes? You might
okay.
have the answer.
Well, I said, what is it? Where do you go? And because I wanted to have him on the podcast. I don't run the show anymore. I still gotta try to I remember if I have his number. But anyway, I really wanted the whole story from him because it was hard to get it out of him in person. I was like, he probably felt weird about it, but I like that stuff. And he said, it's just the other place. You just go to the other place. And I was like, so it's not heaven. He goes, no, it's not. It's not like another universe. He goes, I don't know. It's just the other place. Like it's like here, but like I saw my grandma and she was like, it's not time for you to be here yet. And then like,
What do you,
woke. So anyway, he went and he saw his grandma and that was basically it. And he just said he like woke up in the hospital again. And that was it. And he was back to, deal with like some other crazy stuff he had happen in the hospital. But so I kind of like I have some articles pulled up for when we load back into our next segment after we break here
mm.
and switch
So
to the new meeting.
you go to you in another
Or
timeline.
just you in another place in the other, like
Mm,
another. He might have said the other, but I kind of have a personal feeling that I think we blip into another like lifetime that's already happening, like you say, and we don't really remember. Or it could be
mm,
like a waiting room of sorts. There's lots of different theories on the internet, but we're going to see some about a couple near death experiences. I had saved some articles, a few other things. And I read a book one time when I was younger called Many Lives, Many Masters that a friend recommended to
Mm,
me. And it was all about that near death stuff. And almost every single account, you're the person, if you're in the bed, and you pass away, they feel the sensation of your soul like going up like this, which is your energy, because souls are the main focus of a lot of religions, like all the Christianities, is
right.
soul. So we're all fired up by electricity. So I think that's your soul. It's like the electricity that like kind of flows around in you and like alights you, and that you can't, law of conservation of scientific energy is you can't like stop energy once it's going. It's just there. It's
Mm,
just whatever it's contained in or whatever it's harnessed in is still
okay.
going or not.
Like this?
Because electric wires, do you know how electric wires work? Like
No, not
okay.
no.
All right. So it doesn't like, there's a wire here. It doesn't like go through the tube of the wire, right? That's not how it works. It
Mm,
actually circles around it, like the atoms of the electricity are circling around it, like and the plants that create the electricity have these things that like push it out and send it back constantly. So it's like that's
I
why
feel like I
live.
have seen
Yeah, I
something
watched the
like
thing.
that.
I watched the thing about it. So I that's how we humans are too. Our energy field doesn't stop extending at our hand or our head. It's like out when people say aura. That's like the idea. I think of
Hmm.
ancient people like thinking of auras, and that's what you were saying with like ancient people coming up with ideas. Where if you showed them this computer we're on, or they came in my room right now, they die from how many neon lights were in here. They would burn. Their
Right.
skin would burn from how many LEDs are in here, but we've become accustomed to them and we've accepted these newer
Mm,
ideas. So we have 40 seconds left here. So I'm going to stop this recording and send you a new link, and we're going to get
okay.
back into a ton of talk about near death, post death, after death, whatever else. And then some
Okay.
lighthearted death videos. And, I will
All right.
send you another link. We're back. We were talking about near death experiences, and I was talking about that book. Oh, so in the book there's this thing where the soul like leaves the body, and then what they did was a test at a facility to like find out about these kind of things. They put like in the ICU post-it notes at the top of a file cabinet, like a very
Mm,
tall, like that some sickly patient isn't crawling on top of. And they would just write, hello or whatever, or different messages. And all the people that came back to life were able to report like what some of those post-it notes said, because they all said the
oh,
same thing, that their body, they felt themselves leaving and looking down at their own body and like transcending like up. So that's why we always, I
mm,
think of heaven, and where people, ancient
mm.
religions think of heaven as the sky and space, and why we're so eager to go to space. Sometimes I wonder if people aren't like, let's see what heaven is like to a degree.
That
Um,
goes to where the term out of body experience came from. People say that they see themselves.
yep.
And sometimes I have
Yep.
heard that.
Yeah. So that's absolutely what it is. And I don't know. If you've never seen it, even if you hate this guy, Bill Maher, that old like comedic guy,
Oh, that
comedy, like
guy.
he's a piece of shit now. He acts like just like a douche on TV. That's like when you said earlier, I like anybody who doesn't like to get too into politics, because when you're a comedian and you get too into politics, you turn into like someone like that when you're old, I think, because you just are
Yeah.
hardened in your ways and you just turn into like some version of a boomer no matter what. I can feel myself like turning into an old person sometimes, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, these youngins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with so anyway, but he made a movie called Religulous, early 2000s maybe. I'm trying to think,
Mm.
maybe 2010s, not later than 2010s, I don't feel like, but it's about all different religious things. Like, did you know there's a Jesus theme park in Florida? Like, it's like a
What?
Christian theme park in Florida, and they have like a
Oh,
Jesus.
in Orlando?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I've passed by it a bunch
Have
of
you?
times.
I've
I didn't
never seen
know.
it. I've been to Orlando a bunch, but I've never picked up on where it was. Maybe I just never paid attention.
If it's where I'm thinking it's like a purple building
I really have
or
no
something
idea.
like
I
that.
watched the documentary and I
Uh,
couldn't tell you. It was not a documentary, but he does do documentary style. Like they take cameras there and they show footage of that. And there's different like truck stop churches and different just facets of all different weird religions. And
Really?
then, yep, it's just a really well done. And that Jesus thing always made me feel like, isn't that like sacrilegious almost? Like when you're really getting down to like religious nitty gritty of the way things are like, idols and things that they talk about in like, the Bible and stuff. But all that aside, there's a thing at the end and he kind of comes out and says like I was raised like this way and like but and I was taught to believe this thing, but what if for 1 second you maybe just considered you're not right, just for 1 second? And that's a place most very religious people won't go. They're like, no, I'm like you said, how do you know you're right if you don't know anybody who's ever had one of those near death things, or you yourself?
Exactly.
How do you know it's true just because millions of other people believe it? They say
It's
believe
one big,
reality is what you believe, but
it's one big, take my word for it.
it's one big, we better hope it's real belief type thing. And that's
Yeah.
what they say faith is, which I'm not questioning
Yeah.
anyone's faith. I have my own things I believe. And like maybe the idea of going to heaven is your soul transcending to another place. That's what when I asked you earlier, I said, was this is just a feeling? And you were kind of like, what was the question again? It's like, what if death is just a feeling? Because you're not a body anymore. You don't have like eyeballs anymore. Unless we all, when we leave, we all look like the biblical accurate angels and we're just a bunch of big eyeballs. You don't really see then, but so you see people report seeing themselves leaving, but is it your consciousness that really sees then and your eyes just direct the vision? Bodies are so weird and life and death is so strange in itself. So we're going to pull up an article. I'm not going to philosophize too much on what I think. I'm going to share a screen. Let's see. Should I
Yeah,
share the
exactly.
screen?
So I've never done it before, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally could not begin to say just what I imagine. And like sometimes some of these
I
dream
know what I would like to do.
and sometimes some of these near-death things seems like it could almost be like a dream. Like how you feel, but I also believe dreams are very real sometimes. Like your soul is actually traveling to places and interacting with other souls when you're dreaming in the same way. If you think about it like that, your consciousness kind of leaves your body because you're just body's in like this void state where your brain's not holding it in anymore. I think our consciousness can travel at light speed, literally, and like be somewhere on the other side of the earth or universe and meet up with people. Because I had a dream about a passed on ex a couple weeks ago that was so real and weird, and I was upset about it. Like I cried for like a few days because I was just like, man, he was like the only guy that ever really like treated me right, and he's just gone. But he wasn't in the dream. It was like so real. I don't know. This isn't funny at this point, but let's just share the screen here.
Oh, oh, I was hey, I
No,
think
but
whatever we had earlier is helping.
yes.
Yes.
No, this I'm very good at going back and forth between funny and serious, and that's my style. And if that's what people want to, you know, watch or not, I think my people
I dig
appreciate
it.
that. I think my people appreciate that. How do I get this little um I know there's a way to get the oh well, whatever. We're staying here in the corner in this little thing. One of the greatest unanswered questions about death is whether we are transported to another place after we take our final breath. The concept of heaven has fascinated many. What happens, if you go to this plane of existence? Are you aware of who you used to be on Earth? Are you somebody new? Those who say they've gone to heaven insist there's a place where people spend the rest of eternity, but almost everyone offers different descriptions. So, what is it really like? Depending on who you ask, um, there are butterflies, almost too many of them, or rainbow colored horses. So that's where I'm like, is this a dream that they had? But some visitors to the great beyond claim there are multiple heavens, although they fail to explain the post-life hierarchy that would allow someone to travel between the various forms of the afterlife. Maybe it's one of those things that can't be explained, only understood, like you said, or experienced. Even if you believe there's no life after death and that the only time we're afforded is what we have now, it's still interesting to read about the people who believe they've visited another place. All right, let's see here. Carol Meyer was raised as a Christian, but it wasn't until she was in her 60s that she had a vision that would solidify her faith. She, no, she was raised a Christian. Did I say that? It wasn't until she was in her 60s that she had something that really made her feel. So this lady was raised Christian and still wasn't sure. She suffered from a life-threatening gastrointestinal disease when she found herself on the edge of forever. Um, I was standing there, this incredible peace overtook me. There were no more earthly emotional holes in my spirit. I was completely whole. It was an incredible feeling. This state of being is no doubt part of the scripture that there will be no tears of or sorrow in heaven. It was a very profound experience. She also allegedly saw a large angelic soldier surrounded by millions of butterflies. Now that one sounds like it could just be a really nice dream, but I don't know. Maybe the idea, like you know how the idea of what we create here is we create our own reality. Maybe we create
Mm.
our own death too. Maybe we create our own experience there. What do you think? I don't know. One of my favorite quotes is the mind in and of itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven. And I wonder if people don't go to hell, they just overthink wherever they go, and then that's hell. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what these other weird people saw. Don Piper saw a magnificent gate. He was pronounced clinically dead after a car crash in 1989, said he traveled to heaven. After paramedics pulled his body from a four-car pileup, he found himself standing at the magnificent gates, surrounded by people I had known and loved in life. So when I saw them, I knew where I was because I knew where they were. Um, that's it. This guy just saw gates and the people he knew. Sounds kind of like the guy I know. He didn't say gates. He didn't say heavenly gates. He just said the other place. But he said it really intensely every time. Julie Papavis ran into her grandmother in heaven. After being T-boned by a teen driver who ran a red light, this woman found herself in a coma due to a serious brainstem injury, wasn't expected to survive. While doctors and her family debated about how to proceed, she became acquainted with the afterlife. She told the 700 Club it was so vast and there was no real beginning or end to it. It was just perfect peace, like I was home and wanted to stay there. But apparently it wasn't her time, as she recalled. My grandmother said, "No, you can't come with us. You have to go back and be happy." 10 years later, she recovered enough to complete a triathlon. So there's someone saying they saw their grandmother and not your time. So that's another report similar to the paramedic Adam Tapp saw colorful shapes and felt a raw form of consciousness. London-based paramedic Adam Tapp never planned to die of electrocution, much less at the young age of 35. So he's amazingly lucky. His passing, quote unquote, only lasted 11 and a half minutes. A woodworker in his spare time, he was using an etching device when something went very wrong. He says it was like someone flipped a switch. All my senses were overwhelmed by 12,000 volts of DC electricity. It was one of the most excruciatingly painful things I've ever experienced. I remember forcing thoughts like, I'm being electrocuted, I think. Despite
Wow, that
CPR from,
sucks.
yeah, sounds painful. Despite CPR from his wife, followed by epinephrine, EpiPen or whatever, and defibrillators, the clears from paramedics, Tap had no heartbeat for nearly 12 minutes and fell into a coma for 6 hours. When speaking of his near-death experience after recovering, he recalled feeling a frequency wash over him and described seeing what he likened to gasoline on water with all these geometric shapes and patterns. It was a happy and almost familiar experience. All of a sudden I just woke up in a place that seemingly I'd always been. It was black and it kind of seemed like space. It wasn't. I wasn't Adam. I wasn't a paramedic. I wasn't anything. It was just like this raw form of consciousness where I was just existing very happily and pleasantly. So that kind of feels like what I said about maybe it's a feeling like just like tripping or something eternally. Like you're just, or the Matrix is kind of giving the Matrix with like the clear oil. I don't know. I just watched a really weird movie
What's
the other night.
crazy is
Yeah.
out of all the theories, one person is right. So that's the wild shit. That's like a wild ass gamble.
I know, right? All right, let's see. After Mary Neal died, she said she never felt more alive after drowning on a kayaking trip in 1999. Orthopedic surgeon Mary Neal reports she swam up to heaven where she spent a good 30 minutes before her earthly body was resuscitated. Neal believes Jesus held her as she drowned, and that made her feel more alive than she had ever felt. Then she felt her consciousness break away from herself. She was immediately greeted by a group of beings, spirits, people. After gaining her incorporeal, I don't know what that word means, incorporeal bearings, she found herself at a large arched entryway, and inside she saw many other spirits, angels, people all running around. They were all very busy doing God's work. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I
I,
know,
I've
right? I
I've
know.
heard
This is
other
the
reports of
this
people
is the
saying
trippy part.
like, Jesus, like when he carried me or whatever, like that's a common kind of like Jesus theme. So I believe that guardian angels, even that people don't realize, like you might think it's Jesus, but you have guardian angels and stuff, unless you see Jesus, I guess. But I don't know. Spirits and people. I guess like yeah, like I don't know. Like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, how heaven is in that, where there's just like people running around doing shit. All right, let's see what this one seems
I looked the
crazy.
word I looked the word up.
Incorporeal.
Incorporeal.
Okay. Still don't know what it
It
means.
means
Your
not
body?
composed of not composed of matter, having no
Oh.
material
Okay,
existence.
so wait a minute. Let me reread
Next to
that
the image.
sentence. So after gaining her incorporeal being, so she felt like she turned into a spirit.
Yeah,
Oh,
having
and
no physical existence. Yeah.
I lost your video feed on the little screen.
Oh no, hold on. I'm coming back.
Okay.
I think I should be. What's going on, Barry? Come back.
I'll stop the share for a second.
Hello. Did we time out?
Technical
What's wrong?
difficulties. It's okay. We're always having technical difficulties. I
Okay, I'm back.
yes, fine. Okay, we're gonna reshare. Um, share. Oh, I wonder what this one looks like. Okay, now all right. Oh, I shared it without us on there this time. All right. I'm gonna edit this. Oh, wait a
My
minute.
timing out? What's going
You
on here?
yeah, something happened again.
I'm not sure because my camera might be overheating.
Mm. Somebody else had that happen one time and they had to like put the camera up on something to like get it off of what
Yeah,
it was sitting on.
yeah, I got it on the tripod. No problem. We'll just go to the backup camera.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah, we're good.
You know, I firmly believe that podcasts are meant to be listened to, but I make this one visual because it's the new thing. So, anyway, everyone's here to just look at me, so don't worry. I'm
Okay.
just glamming. All right, let's go. Share screen. This here. Okay. Oh, why does this screen share look like that? I changed it so it looks. Mm, hold on, I gotta stop share again. Sorry. I'm gonna edit all this out. Here we go. Share. Okay. All right. Colton Burpo says Jesus rides a horse, a rainbow horse. This one seems the least believable, but I don't want to yuck anybody's Jesus yum out there if you like the rainbow horse Jesus. Look, we're in it to win it. Okay, guys? It's whatever you want when you die. Heaven is for real is probably the most famous account of an otherworldly visit, and it comes to us from Colton Burpo, who was only 3 years old when he perished on the operating table during an emergency appendectomy. He allegedly went to heaven, then returned with knowledge of a great grandfather he never met and an unborn miscarried sister. He also saw Jesus riding a rainbow colored horse. In 2015, Burpo reiterated his claims to Charisma News. I know there has been a lot of talk about the truth of other heaven stories in the past few days. I just wanted to take a second and let everyone know that I stand by my story found in my book, Heaven is for Real. I still remember my experience in heaven. I mean, a little kid would see Jesus on a rainbow horse, I feel like.
Okay.
I
Um,
I can't dispute him. I can't argue his claim.
he peeked in. I haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
I can't
Chris
confirm nor deny.
It's what I always say. That's my favorite go-to. Crystal McVeigh went to heaven and learned to love herself. She was a self-proclaimed church-going skeptic who had had a near-death experience after complications from pancreatitis. During her time on the emergency room table, this mother of four from Oklahoma discovered there were no emotional tethers in heaven. And even though she was new to the afterlife, she was still able to meet with the head honcho. As McVeigh told Blaze Media, I was very aware that I was in the presence of the one true God. She then received the choice to stay in heaven or return to earth and her family. She chose the latter. I've heard things like that. You get a choice sometimes. Um,
Choose your own adventure.
it's choose your own adventure. This whole life is really. Um, Mrs. Zhang said, Heaven is full of beautiful houses. In the early 20th century, a woman named Mrs. Zhang, who lived in the Shantung province, I'm butchering that, Shantung province of North China, reportedly succumbed to tuberculosis after becoming a born-again Christian. But she didn't stay dead. Instead, she says she went to heaven. I saw many beautiful horses of all of pretty colors. Okay, so her and this little kid both saw colorful horses.
Oh no, houses. She saw houses on.
Houses, sorry. I forgot it was
Oh.
houses. I walked beside the Lord on the golden streets. Then we went on, and I saw thousands of angels in a circle singing and playing lovely music. In the midst was the throne of glory. The Heavenly Father sat upon it, and when I saw him, I was afraid. I hardly dared to lift my eyes.
What genre was the music is what I want to
I
know.
was thinking it in my head as I was like lovely music. I was actually also thinking about this whole time after becoming a born again Christian. So was like God pissed that she didn't stick with whatever she was before? Or she lapsed where she was a born again? I don't know. He was like, "Look,
I,
bitch, I'll bring you up here. You you don't want to believe the first time. How about it? How about
all the
now?"
people, all what sucks is all the people who said they crossed over, and then they were like, nope, not yet, and then got sent back, which is wild. It's like, dang, I made it to the end, and you're like, go back to work. So
Yeah,
now,
go, go back to paying taxes.
yeah,
You could stay in the land of peace and harmony and freedom and soul lightning,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Now you got bills.
all right, hold
And,
on. I'm gonna share again. I just wanted to change the layout. Dr. Eben Alexander's heaven was full of colorful butterflies and lights. Second person to say butterflies. In 2008, neurosurgeon Dr. Eben Alexander contracted bacterial meningitis and spent a week in a coma, during which time he says he took a trip through the afterlife. Rather than being led to heaven by a mysterious cluster of light, he entered the afterlife by what he calls an earthworm's eye view, before what he describes as the blinders coming off when your awareness was getting more crisp and real. He describes seeing a gateway realm with a beautiful idyllic valley, butterfly wings, and angelic choirs with lots of spiritual beauty, but with earth-like features. Interesting. That sounds like the other place, maybe. I don't know. A lot of butterflies. I'm a big butterfly fan. Um, what is going on with my, let's see here. Um, Butterflies. All right. I'm just going to read this last one without it being up. Annabelle Beam sat on Jesus's lap and had a movie made about her. As if chronic intestinal pseudo obstruction doesn't sound bad enough, Annabelle Beam suffered a serious accident at the age of 9 where she fell headfirst into a hollow cottonwood tree and was stuck for several hours, including some time unconscious. Eventually, firefighters pulled her to safety. A day after the incident, Annabelle told her mother, Christy, that she sat on Jesus's lap and shared how Jesus told her that there were still goals for her to complete on earth and that she'd be healed. Initially, Christy didn't believe her, but when Annabelle dropped some knowledge about her mom's two miscarriages, she knew her daughter had somehow visited the afterlife and wasn't simply suffering from a delusion. Annabelle immediately recovered from her long-time intestinal disorder, which doctors couldn't explain. She had since had a movie made about her life starring Jennifer Garner called Miracles from Heaven. I did not know that. I've never seen that movie. Not a huge Jennifer Garner fan.
okay.
But no, not a, I actually read that one on a different site when I was going through some of these to try and find, and it was that same little girl who
Mm.
just fell and hit her head one day and then was cured, which is interesting. I don't know. It sometimes, like they say, the power of thought and the power of suggestion can really like help heal you if you do like, the, placebo effect type thing, where if you think it, it becomes
Mm.
real, sort of. Who's to really say? We have a couple more left here.
I
Let's
am
see here.
intrigued.
Sandra Abrahams watched her life like a movie. A self-described pew warmer, I guess that means she's a churchgoer, passed
Turgo.
passed at the age of 30 from an allergic reaction to medication after an operation. As she went into cardiac arrest in the emergency room, Abrahams claimed that she could see herself dying as she started rising up through the ceiling. Then she felt pulled from one dimension to another, where she ran straight into Jesus, who put his arms around her soul and then played her life back for her like a movie. I saw every time I did something good, I felt his love and joy. When I did something bad, I felt his hurt and intense pain that I caused him. He showed me his whole life, but he never stopped loving me. After a short chat with Jesus, they decided she would go back to Earth and fight to help overturn Roe v. Wade. I mean, that's great, but I don't know. Jesus pulls you up there and shames you. I know
I guess a big roast session that you weren't even aware of.
yeah. He's like, by the way, remember this time you fucked that person over unintentionally, but you still did it? Mhm.
Stop. There you go. How about that? You know,
I have heard other accounts of where they something I've heard ones. I think in that book that I read, it said actually the guy reported that you go to a long room full of TV screens, like computers, like Black Mirror style, and you watch your life there play back on like a screen, and then you
okay.
get to choose on a screen. But again, people might go to different advanced forms of death depending on how many lives they've had. Do you believe in many lives or just one?
I feel like it's just one,
Yeah. Okay, that's
but
fine.
like I said,
You don't
I
know.
never done it before. So,
Yeah. And you might not
you know how
remember
people
if
have
you did.
deja vu?
Deja
Like,
vu.
why do people have deja vu sometimes? Like
That's one of
why I
the
feel like,
ways that's one of the ways I kind of believe in it. Deja vu.
mm,
But it also could be that I've read that deja vu is actually philosophized as your mind moving too quickly for the time that you're in. So while you're shifting between time and space, but your physical body is here, you're actually like experiencing events like time travel is so weird and unknown, but like it's just I have to find whatever wherever I read that about just like that your brain is like seeing what happened or feeling it because your body, your physical body is catching up to what your brain already knows. Does that kind of
mm,
make sense? It was
okay,
something
okay,
like that. So that's why you get like a weird like a whoo that like flashback in a movie feeling or whatever when and you're like I'm having
mm,
deja vu. And I haven't had it a lot. I had it a lot when I was younger, up until a few years ago, right before my transplant, when I kind of got a lot more spiritual and stuff, had a spiritual
mm,
awakening or whatever they say, not religious, spiritual. And
mm.
I don't have it much anymore. So when I do, it's very interesting. I very rarely have that. I have a lot of other things that happen now mentally that are like spiritual based stuff, but I think I caught up. I think I'm in the timeline where I'm like aligned finally, where my brain and my body are connected. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I think
Okay, okay.
when you're disconnected, sometimes that's when you have a lot more deja vu because but your brain's telling you you're supposed to be like on a path or doing something, but it's like your body's just not in that frame yet. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody else on here. Oh, there's a
This
couple
is
more. Oh, okay. There's some. Let me go back. Prophet Maboro took a quick selfie with Jesus.
okay. They got cell phones
I,
in the afterlife.
look, it's modern.
They got
It's
data plans.
it's like you said, if you went back and showed someone who wrote the Bible a cell phone, they would freak out, but maybe they wouldn't because they have them. Hold on. Prophet Maboro, pastor and founder of Incredible Happenings Ministries, claims he visited heaven one Easter and snapped some selfies with Jesus on his Samsung Galaxy phone. Boro also claims to have met Jesus' wife, which begs the question, are there weddings in heaven? Before Boro could post the photos on Facebook and prove his haters wrong, someone stole the phone from a local car wash. Oh no, of course they did. Even the author of this article is like cynical at this point.
Okay. They got data plans in heaven. Why nobody text me yet?
All right, this one's interesting. Comedian Tracy
Okay.
Morgan spoke to his deceased father. No one expected Tracy Morgan to survive the 2014 high-speed collision that claimed the life of his friend James McNair, and according to Morgan, he nearly didn't. He nearly didn't. I said that with a weird lilt. While speaking with Oprah Winfrey, the comedian revealed that he was in a 2 week coma. He spoke to his deceased father, Jimmy. I was talking to my dad. He revealed, I just remember him saying, I'm not ready for you, son. He was my best friend in life. That is sad, but
Again, like they keep sending you back. It's like, hey,
they're sending you
y'all don't
back.
want to keep.
Yeah, you're like,
Yes.
what? You don't want to hang out with me?
Yeah.
You,
Now you feel like Will Smith in that in the episode of Fresh Prince when his dad left. Like, how come you don't want me, man? Like, hey, I didn't want to keep me.
I mean, I wouldn't want to keep Will either. No, I'm just kidding. Will's all right. He puts up with a lot. He puts up with a lot. All right, we're gonna we're gonna lighten the mood, sort of, because we're gonna actually have you t you had a story you had sent me that kind of was just a quick one sentence. It doesn't have to be a lot. You said you watched a Peter Pan fall from the sky.
Oh, now that's not funny now, but now
It's
that I tell
funny.
that
It's
story.
okay. We need to go
Oh,
light. So this
all
is
right.
my style of dark humor. So
Okay, definitely dark humor. So I went to you know how they had the Disney on Ice
yes, I've never
thing,
been
the
since I was maybe
tour.
a kid
Okay,
myself, but sure.
exactly. Now this is my one and done.
Okay.
So
All right,
my
how old were
uncle took
you? You're a kid?
I had yeah, it was like early 90s, so probably like 90 maybe,
Okay.
80, 89, 90. And that so I'm somewhere between 5 and 7,
Okay.
8, no more than 8. So my uncle took me to go see Peter Pan on Ice because that's the one that it came to Augusta, Georgia. I forgot
Okay.
the arena or whatever we were in. So cool, they had Peter Pan, the Lost Boys, Wendy, Michael,
The whole gang.
Tinkerbell, the whole gang skating on the ice, whatnot. And then boom, pixie dust came out. Tinkerbell blew the pixie dust. Next thing you know, they're suspended in the air flying. And I'm a little kid. I'm like, oh, they can fly. So we go, Captain Hook comes out and then, trying to fight Peter, blah, blah, blah. And then, they had the final battle on the boat. The Captain Hook came out, him and Peter Pan fighting on the ship, and the big inflatable crocodile uh, came out, ate Captain Hook up. And then boom, now everybody's supposed to live happily ever after. It's time to do the final goodbye wave to the kids. So, Michael, Wendy come out. Um, Lost Boys, all these characters come out. Captain Hook comes out, waving goodbye to the kids. Tinkerbell, yada, yada, yada. Now it's time for the grand finale for Peter Pan to come out. So, we're looking down on the ice trying to find Peter Pan. Peter Pan's not down on the ice. Why? Because Peter Pan is in the ship that's flying across the sky, waving goodbye to the kids. And as he's waving goodbye, snap, snap, kaboom. The ship hit the ice. Peter Pan hits the ice. Pixie dust everywhere. So, and now it's just a pool of blood coming from under Peter Pan. Whole place going crazy.
Oh
All
no.
these kids just witnessed Peter Pan fall from the ground. I mean, fall from the air, smack dab onto that hard ass ice with a pool of blood.
The pool of
And
blood is crazy.
instead of everybody, hurrying up and get out of there, and the lights getting turned off, the characters just grabbed an appendage of Peter and tried to skate away with his lifeless body and still waving
Oh,
goodbye to the... Now, my question was, if you've been flying back and forth this entire show, the one time your ass needed to fly,
this is fucked up. That's fucked up. That's
you
messed
chose
up,
not to.
Barry. He can't really fly.
You've been flying this whole... I'm 5'6". I'm like, why you just ain't fly like you've been doing?
Just float away,
Yeah, I was
Peter.
crying.
Just float away. No, I would cry. You cried.
Yeah,
The
I
blood.
was boo-hooing. And
Blood
then
is
my
so
uncle,
scary.
I had forgot about it until my uncle brought it up at Thanksgiving. And my cousin was like, what? And I was like, oh, yeah, Peter fell.
You blocked it out because it was traumatic. You blacked that out of your memories.
Yeah. Not one of those things you just bring up at, the water cooler. Hey, you know what? I seen Peter Pan potentially die.
It's the older I get, the longer I do this, the more I realize everything that's ever happened to us, a lot of the stuff we block out is because we were meant to be
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah. And then I was telling somebody, and they was like, the line could be, um, I know you didn't want to get old, but I didn't think you wanted to cut it off today.
He was like, no, I'm suiciding.
Yeah.
I'm cutting out for real.
Yeah.
It's never, never land, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my
I might
God.
have that. I haven't fully told this story on stage. I haven't felt the crowd out yet. I'm gonna do it
Stories
one day.
stories are hard if it's not a dedicated storytelling show. And every time I've gotten booked for one of them, like 4 different months I've canceled. I don't know if it's people just don't want to hear it. So I try to weave it in between jokes. Sometimes I'll try to do I've had stories where I'll
Yeah,
make
it
them
gotta
go
be.
from sometimes they can be 3 minutes long, but sometimes they can be 7 minutes long, depending on the words you cut out to try it in different places to see what parts really work. But
It's gotta be the right crowd.
it's gotta be very crowded and
I'm
you gotta build
gotta know how to
in
pull it off.
punchlines. You gotta build in sort of
Yeah,
the punchlines a little bit because if it's just no laughs, even the best crowd is gonna be like, get on with it if it's longer
yeah.
than 3 minutes.
So I never watched like the real Peter Pan movie.
Which one? Like
Not like
like the
on
cartoon Disney
the
or
kitty one. I don't remember it. Now Hook, I watched
Hook?
Hook.
Hook we grew up on. I
Yeah,
feel like everybody in our
yeah,
age group likes Hook. I don't know if I
yeah,
maybe watched that classic one when I was a little kid on like TV
yeah,
or something. I don't.
yeah. For joke purposes, I feel like I need to watch it to make sure I do
Yeah.
the parallels.
You got to fact check.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to go out here with misinformation on a Disney movie because they'll
Someone will
call
call
that
you
out
out.
quick.
Someone will call you out.
Yeah,
Someone will like stitch your video and like
yeah, try to, yeah, yeah.
um so you guys just were there, you're crying inside the place, you're crying, you're a little kid. Did you
No, I was crying
or
all the way home.
crying all the way
Yeah,
home? How long did it take to get
yeah.
out of there? They just like what do they do? Like everybody leave the stadium. Like what
I
happened?
don't remember exactly.
Because you were little, yeah.
I just remember like
Just being in the
I
car.
don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't remember the full day. It's just like the bits and pieces. I remember the fall. I remember that shit. I remember the pool of blood. I remember them carrying his body. Um, and then crying in the car probably. Not even the full cry, just part of the way there, part of the way back home.
Part of the way back. Um,
Now
yeah.
that I'm older, now that I'm older, I wonder what that conversation was. Like my uncle had to tell everybody else what happened after he was taken before.
Oh yeah, we had a
Because he
great
had to come
time.
back. Like this is nice. No cell phones. This is all it was word of mouth. And then you just find out later on the news. That's how everybody found out. So yeah, you couldn't send no mass text of what happened. And it wasn't gonna be on Facebook for everybody to be able to comment on it.
True.
It's like you had to be there to know about it.
You had to be there. It wasn't, there was no Facebook. There was no cell
Yeah.
phone. That makes me think of
It's like
what?
this should be a Netflix documentary. They go back and find all the kids
Oh my God, and like
that were
interview them and everybody's different memories of different vantage points.
yeah.
Well, it's more common than you think. I
Like
have.
where are we what are they doing now?
What are they doing now? What are you doing now? I'm a traumatized comedian with lapses in my memory. That's what happens when you have childhood trauma
Exactly.
is you have blackouts in your memory.
Yeah.
No, we all have it. So I have a couple videos here, but we only have a 1 minute and 46 seconds left in this segment. Do you have time for one more,
Yeah.
maybe 10 minutes, just to
Okay.
go over these couple videos? So I'll send you another link. We'll be back here in a
Okay.
second. Okay, so I have a video or two. Trigger warning. Some of these folks die. Okay, this is not like, oh, they
Oh.
lived. This is some of these died. This first one in particular, a performer at Disney's Hollywood Studios suffers a head injury and does unfortunately pass away following a rehearsal for a stunt show. Now, this video is a little crazy. Let me make it full screen.
Are we going they're gonna show
All right.
the
They kind of don't I don't know if it's really like see watch these guys. They're all falling. See like they're doing that stuff. He hit his
okay.
head.
Oh, all
But
right.
what's interesting here, hold on. Okay, so this guy hits his head. He
Like you did.
okay. But this guy says 3 in the last couple weeks.
He also looks like Al Bundy, by the way. I just want to point
He
that
did.
out. That was crazy.
Let's rewind. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks
If you if you put this guy and that guy together, it's Al Bundy actually.
that definitely
All All right, so what's going on here, Disney? Like,
Cast member died during rehearsal for the Indiana Jones epic stunt spectacular. Now, the performer, from what we were being told, was trying to execute a tumbling roll. Now, that roll failed and he was injured here at the park. Now, paramedics again rushed him to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead earlier today.
This is the third death at Disney in the last 2 months. Back in July, monorail pilot Austin Moonenberg was killed when two trains collided. And earlier this month,
this one is from, hold on, let me stop share. I forget when this took place again. I think it was early 2000s, it said, 2009. So I don't know. They just have these
Right.
guys out here doing stunts on the cement. Somebody fell. I don't know. Maybe he ended up at the Jesus theme park when he passed away. But all right, so we're gonna watch another one. This is
As
a
it is
this
in Orlando.
this is a Disney on Ice. It just seems sketchy, like Disney was trying to, well, the sound played. It seems sketchy, like Disney was trying to hide something in that last one a little bit to me. I don't know. See him to sketch. All right. So this is a knocked out Disney on Ice fail part two. I don't know where part one is at. I couldn't find it, but Simba, it's Simba and Nala on the ice.
Oh,
So we're gonna get in here in 1 second.
on.
Gotta pop up.
Maybe
Sorry.
Disney just needs to stop being on ice.
It's ice skating itself. Like I'm pretty good at ice skating, like fair to Midland for a normal person, not a trained ice skater, and it's hard. I've taken people and gone on dates, and then like they fall, and I'm like, oh no, we shouldn't have done this. This is a terrible idea. But okay, so keep your eyes on the stars here in the middle. He goes for the spin. He goes for the triple axle.
Oh my God. Oh
Oh,
my. Oh,
doesn't look that bad, but then
oh,
it doesn't look that bad. But watch her pretty lifeless body when he picks her
oh
up.
my gosh. In front of the kids.
It looks like they're not doing great though. They both fell.
Oh, oh.
They both fell. Everybody else is trying to come over and save her.
Oh, the poor kids are going to tell jokes as stand-up comedians in 30 years about this.
Yeah, the guy in the Simba suit's probably a comedian. I mean, not the Simba, the Timon or whatever. These guys, Pumbaa. I don't know what his name is.
Is is Pumbaa hard? What's going on?
Oh my God.
What is
I don't
going on?
like that. No,
What
that's
is
his front feet. That's
what?
his front feet, Barry. This Timon, whatever
Oh,
he has
it's
cakes though.
misplaced.
Hold on. This thing has cakes. Why does this
Yo,
animal have cakes?
what? Timon got a BBL. That's
Yeah.
crazy. What is going on?
And all right, you can just tell though, look at Simba trying to like help her skate back. It's lifeless. It's like you said, it's like lifeless body. She's not.
Oh man.
Oh, we're canceling that liver detox frequency. And we got one more of these. Let's see here. So that one reminded me of you saying lifeless body for sure. All right. Now
Yeah.
this one's like I didn't watch it all the way through. It's on a weird like Australian website. I found it on. Disney on Ice performer left in critical condition after falling during Beauty and the Beast. And this was just February of this year. So this one just happened. So they do happen. Like it's not like it only happened when we were kids, you know. Let me share
Disney's
this
still
here.
tripping. That's crazy. Okay.
This it keeps cutting out. We watched that video too many times. YouTube's pissed off at us. We just kept watching it
Right.
because we couldn't get over the cakes on Timon. And then Pumbaa looks like this Disney motherfuckers though. We'll have to do some Disney talk, like you said, because these Disney motherfuckers are out here. It's just everything looks dick shaped. Giant asses on the stuff. And then all right, we're gonna go to the last one.
After after Pumbaa turned, I could see it was like 2 feet on
It's
one
his
hand. I was
feet.
like, oh, okay.
It's his feet. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's his little
yeah,
paws, but like it was the excessive and aggressive.
yeah,
That was a definite
yeah.
surgery.
Some bitch, that's
All right,
crazy.
hold on. Man, this is really frustrating over here.
Timon,
It's just taking
Timon was built
forever to.
like Nicki Minaj. That's crazy. That is wrong.
He had the same doctor. He definitely had the same doctor. I don't want to be morbid, but pay attention to her physical
She,
body on the ice. It's like so
yeah,
there's
she's
Gaston or whatever.
shaking.
There's Gaston and she's like
Oh
she's
yeah,
like having a seizure actively or like some kind of
yeah.
cerebral incident.
I would be so scared to, yeah, that is crazy.
And then did you hear the little kid in the background? That little kid's
Oh yeah, when the walkie-talkies come out, yeah, that shit bad.
that was definitely like traumatic brain injury. That was kind of sad to watch. It didn't say she died. Didn't say she died, but thank
Yeah,
God. All right. So let's see here. Yeah, Disney, I don't know. They like doing pedo stuff, I feel like. I'm not sure. I don't know.
They've been traumatizing kids for years. Turning two-parent households into one-parent households. They hate for happiness and shit. They just go ahead and just tear you down in the first 15 minutes. Hey, kids, wanna have a good time? Guess what? Parents got snatched away.
It's every time.
Never
It's
seen.
it's every movie they
Mama got,
make.
yeah, Mama Dear got shot in the intro.
I
Damn, we just
I-
got here.
I've been traumatized since watching Bambi as a kid. That was one of the ones I remember
Yeah,
watching, and you're literally like, the baby's crying. What are we what are we
yeah, we're
doing?
going for a walk in the forest on a Tuesday. And you shot Bambi Mama off rip. The
Just
previews for other movies just finished. It was just credits. It was the intro happiness song. Wow, she's gone. Never to be seen again, kids. Like, damn, we thank you for your money. Come see the sequel.
yeah, here's
Like,
your
damn.
trauma. Here's your packaged trauma.
And guess what? In 30 years, we're gonna do a remake so you can live this shit all over again. You
They get
dickhead.
adults. They get adults too.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck y'all again. Relive it, the live action version.
Where actors are now taking headers on the
Yeah,
ice and getting spinal
yeah,
injuries. Your kids are
yeah.
watching blood, seizures, lifeless bodies being
We're here. We're not here for your happiness. We're here to traumatize you.
under the guise of fun and smiles.
Yeah. We're going to traumatize you all while smiling. Disney is a recurring abusive relationship with
Disney is the toxic,
Disney.
breadcrumbing, tr
Yeah. You
abusive.
know the most abusive relationship I've been in with Disney.
The longest, the
Yeah.
longest where you
The
never go back to.
longest abusive. This is a joke.
I
I'm
know.
writing this shit now. Thank you. Thank you.
You just keep going back to them too. You're just like, oh no, I'm
And
gonna
I
give it a try.
keep
I'm gonna watch
I
Inside Out. I promise I'm not gonna cry.
and no, but here you go. Fucking with my emotions every time I get with your ass.
I won't soon forget going to see Lion King in theaters. I'm like 12 or whatever, I guess at the time. And my aunts are my mom and my aunt, my grandpa had passed away like the year before, and they're like fucking crying when the dad dies. Like looking at them like, why are they crying? Like Disney,
Yeah.
go get you when you least expect it. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be 64, you could be four.
Yeah. We I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank you. My pen, I haven't been inspired to write too much shit lately, but
You're welcome.
yeah.
I actually give
Thank
people
you.
gold all the time.
Thank you, Sonia.
All right, we'll talk about one more thing and then I'll let you go because we've been on here a while and it's going to be a nightmare to edit.
Okay.
What I like to talk about weird snacks, especially if you're like late night munchy style that you might come up with in your kitchen with strange ingredients or off, like not the normal, oh, I eat cheese and crackers. Like, do you have like a go-to?
Um,
It could be something you
Fritos,
buy.
Fritos, honey barbecue twist. I'm currently on those.
I like those.
My Me and my niece is like the snack queen. So if I get like a bag and it's like banging, I'll get one for her too, because I know she has good taste in snacks.
Yeah.
Uh, because usually when I get the money, I just get her stash sometimes. The purple bag of Doritos
Purple bag Doritos every time.
every time. Now the black bag is actually good too.
There's some different variations, but the purple bag is like a go-to over
It's, oh yeah,
red.
superior.
Classic red, I would never
Yeah,
buy. I would never buy classic red
no,
bag
no,
ever.
no. It goes purple
Um,
bag, blue bag, black bag.
yeah. There is actually a what do you call it? There's like a like a lime and something else one that I'll see every once in a while, and those are pretty good. And then I had
Mm.
what other one did I try? Something not purple bag. There's a like a buffalo. There's a buffalo one that's pretty good. Um, buffalo like buffalo hot sauce flavor. It's in like a blue bag, like a light teal blue, sky blue color kind of. It's newer.
I think I did have those. Those were
It was
sort of didn't tickle
okay.
my fancy, but I
Yeah.
could see where the yeah.
Um, I
A-
keep seeing these
Anything that's jalapeno,
anything that's what?
jalapeno, any jalapeno type chips, always a winner.
The jalapeno kettle cooked chips are good.
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
those are good.
You see,
Those are
I
good.
see. I respect your opinion. I respect your snack opinion.
Thank you. There's a new thing I've been getting is like the not hot fries. It's not that brand. It's like Chester Cheetos brand, but it's ranch fries.
Are you my snack soulmate? What is going on here, baby?
I'm like just like a tiny, I'm like a 0.4% black.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. We are soul family. I think all
I,
comedians that link up and work together are in a certain soul family that we can kind of sense among one another. And
yeah, because you can because you don't click with everybody in this. Like, you can meet a bunch. And you're like, okay, cool. But certain ones you just click with. I don't know, it's like an instant type thing. Like, oh, okay.
yeah, you're like this
I feel like it
person's
all happens post set.
usually because you're like, oh,
You got to hear the set
I
first.
appreciate this person's humor. But sometimes you could just sort of
Yeah,
feel an energy about people that's like, oh, this person's like serious about this. Because I can tell when people are
yeah,
unserious. I can tell when people are unserious. And I
yeah,
think that gives me like oh, you're unserious about this. This is the only thing I'm serious about in my entire life is
yeah.
being stupid, is being dumb.
This,
Is the only thing I get serious about. I get angry. I don't get angry about my regular job anymore. I just be like, whatever, send me a nasty email. I don't care. But, you know. I'm like, fire me. I don't care. But this is you know, the one thing I like want to do forever. And anybody who you
if
can tell
I
is
could,
just what if you could.
if I could, if I could do this shit full time and just make a decent living,
That's
like
what I say. That's
bills
what I say.
covered,
Yeah.
bills covered. Oh,
Yeah. You're just
like I
hanging out.
like getting out and being like when doing it out of town, because you have those nights that just like it's all worth it. Like
Because laughter is
it's another,
a healing factor. You know what I mean? Laughter heals. Making people
it does.
laugh, it helps them mentally heal and sometimes physically too. It like releases stress, whatever. And so we're like healers, Barry. Actually, we're healers. We're not
Yeah,
we're not just fools and clowns. We're healers, and that's how we're rebranding ourselves.
they need to go ahead and call us doctors at this point.
I don't want to have to pay for medical malpractice insurance, so don't put that
Yeah,
evil on me. But I am a spiritual healer, and I will be regarded as such.
we're
We're
first need is doc.
we are soothing souls. Uh,
Yeah,
call me high priestess. Um, no, I had fun today, Barry. This is great. I'm glad you're out there doing your thing, and the work is
why thank
working,
you.
and the time we put in, I think, is not invaluable. I think that people who jumped on since COVID, there's a lot of people who jumped on comedy since COVID because of the internet, and they think
Mhm.
if my 15-second clip gets picked up, I'm gonna be famous. But they can't always do what a 9 or 10 or 11 year comic like you or myself can show up and
Mhm.
just own the energy in a room and make their jokes work in Tampa or Maryland or Maine, wherever the fuck
All
you got to
right.
go. And the illusion of that internet, oh, they have a million views on something, but they're 22 and just started a year ago. No offense to any of my open micer friends out there that are 22 and
Right.
just started a year ago. You're brand new. You got nobody's like the best surgeon on day one. Maybe there's one like
Oh no,
prodigy guy
definitely.
in school that graduates the top of his class at 18 or something. Nobody's the best hairdresser on day one. Nobody's the best anything day one. Very few. Even like prodigies have to work for years and like really hone. They're just gifted at a young age sometimes. So I'm not hating on younger
Right.
people in general. You could be 47 and be a new comedian, but
Yeah.
just understand that it's the job with the least deserving of respect, least amount of respect deserved in the entire world, I think, possibly.
Right.
But at the same time, you do have to respect the amount of work it takes to be able to show up and just own any crowd anywhere. At least
Yeah,
make them, like you said, laugh from the rip to the end. It's, it's a thing. It's a thing that's it's an energy mastery, really, I think. Because
I
like
agree.
once you have that, you could say anything and they're just laughing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you're just
We
doing
can talk
throwaway
about
stuff.
whatever.
You're just saying throwaway sentences and they're just laughing at that because you just say it a certain way.
Yeah, gotta know how to read the room. You definitely gotta feel that out.
That's something nobody learns overnight. I still struggle with
No.
like, is this a little too dirty for today? You know what I mean? Or a little too much for this crowd. And I don't care. I have a difference where I go, these people aren't going to like this, but this is what I feel like talking about today. I just won't sometimes give a fuck. I'll still get laughed, but
Yeah.
I, tend to go a little too dark or thinker or dirty sometimes for regular. But I have a good time, and usually everyone. I My rule is I always get a few "Hey, you were funnies" after the show, or I wouldn't keep doing this. I would just be like, okay, I'll just go back to accounting.
All right. I can
Anybody,
just
yeah,
make a
anyone's
living.
listening or podcasting or comedy or doing any of these things, social media guru, whatever. I hope you're all able to
Yeah.
not have a non-traditional job. And I'm gonna go get on TikTok live and have random men send me money. No, let's have fun.
Life.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. Let's have fun with Barry S.
Let's
Naylor.
have fun. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about Peter Pan dying in front of some
It
teachers.
sounds like a kids show, a dark kids show that you host. And then like something accident happens every time. Peter Pan breaks his
Oh,
legs.
yeah.
Captain Hook's hook falls off. I don't know.
And it'll be picked up by Disney because that's what they like to do.
They love it.
Traumatize the shit out.
You're gonna work for them someday. I'm manifesting it by saying it. All right, Barry. This was awesome.